Ladies, I need you to understand something very important. The man of your dreams, the one you've prayed for, the one you've envisioned, the one who will love, cherish, and commit to you, he will find you. But it's not just about waiting around and hoping he comes knocking at your door. There are key things you need to understand, things that will position you to receive the love you desire. Too many women get caught up in chasing, stressing, and worrying about when and where he will show up, but I want to help you shift your mindset. The right man is looking for you just as much as you're hoping to find him. So let's talk about these 5 powerful keys that will make all the difference in your journey. Self-love is the foundation of attracting the right man into your life. When you genuinely love and respect yourself, you set a standard for how others, including potential partners, will treat you. A woman who understands her worth exudes a confidence that is both undeniable and irresistible. Many times, people enter relationships hoping that love from another person will fill their voids or validate their existence. However, when you depend on external validation, you give others the power to determine your happiness. The truth is, the love you give yourself sets the tone for the love you will receive from others. If you neglect yourself, settle for less than you deserve, or accept mistreatment, it signals to others that they can do the same. A man who is truly worthy of your time and energy will be drawn to a woman who knows her value. He will see her confidence, her self-respect, and the way she carries herself, and he will understand that she is not someone who will accept anything less than what she deserves. When a woman lacks self-love, it often leads to unhealthy attachments, seeking love in the wrong places and tolerating behaviors that are beneath her standards. This is why personal development is so important before entering a relationship. When you take the time to work on yourself, to heal from past wounds, and to cultivate self-love, you naturally attract a man who recognizes and appreciates your worth. The energy you put out into the world is the energy you will receive in return. If you carry yourself with grace, with confidence, and with a deep sense of self-worth, the right man will take notice. He will see that you are a woman who values herself, who respects herself, and who demands the same from others. This does not mean being arrogant or unapproachable, but rather having a quiet confidence that speaks for itself. A woman who truly loves herself does not chase a man, she does not beg for attention, and she does not accept behavior that contradicts her standards. Instead, she waits for the man who recognizes her value and is willing to put in the effort to be with her. When you love yourself, you also set boundaries that protect your heart. Boundaries are not about pushing people away, but about ensuring that only the right people have access to you. A man who is serious about you will not be intimidated by your standards. In fact, he will appreciate them. The right man does not see self-love as a challenge to overcome, but as a quality that makes you even more desirable. He will rise to meet your standards rather than expect you to lower them for his convenience. A woman who prioritizes self-love does not allow fear to dictate her decisions. She does not settle for a relationship just to avoid loneliness. She does not compromise her values in an attempt to make someone stay. Instead, she trusts that the right man will come into her life at the right time. She understands that a relationship should add to her happiness, not be the sole source of it. Healing from past wounds is essential before you can truly welcome the right man into your life. Many people carry emotional baggage from previous relationships, childhood experiences, or personal disappointments, and if those wounds are not properly addressed, they can negatively impact future relationships. Unhealed pain often manifests in unhealthy patterns, trust issues, fear of abandonment, emotional walls, or even attracting the same toxic dynamics repeatedly. The truth is, the past does not simply disappear just because you want to move forward. It lingers in your subconscious, shaping how you see yourself and how you engage with others. That is why healing must be intentional. When you take the time to heal, you develop emotional clarity, you begin to recognize patterns, identify triggers, and gain a deeper understanding of yourself. This self-awareness is powerful because it helps you make better choices in relationships. Many people enter new relationships hoping that love will heal them, but the reality is healing is an internal process. No one else can do the work for you. A healthy relationship is not a place to seek emotional rescue. It is a place to share love that is already whole. If you have unresolved pain, you might project it onto your partner, misinterpret their actions, or push them away out of fear. Healing allows you to approach love from a place of security rather than fear. A man who is truly meant for you will be drawn to a woman who has done the work to heal. He will sense her emotional stability, her self-awareness, and her ability to love without clinging to past pain. When you carry unhealed wounds, You may subconsciously seek validation from a partner, expect them to fix your insecurities, or place unfair burdens on the relationship. This can create an unhealthy dynamic where you are looking for a man to fill a void that only self-healing can address. But when you heal, you bring peace into your relationship rather than chaos. Healing also changes the type of man you attract. When you are whole, you no longer gravitate toward emotionally unavailable men, toxic partners, or relationships that mirror your past pain. Instead, you become drawn to men who are also emotionally healthy, who value communication, and who are capable of offering genuine love. Relationships become a reflection of your inner world. If you are carrying emotional wounds, you might find yourself repeating painful cycles. But when you prioritize healing, you break free from those cycles and open the door to something better. The process of healing is not always easy, but it is necessary. It requires self-reflection, honesty, and sometimes even seeking guidance through therapy, prayer, or personal development. Many people resist healing because it forces them to confront painful truths, but the discomfort of healing is far better than the suffering that comes from ignoring it. When you heal, you do not just prepare yourself for love, you prepare yourself for the kind of love that is healthy, fulfilling, and aligned with what you truly deserve. Self-worth is one of the most important factors in attracting the right man into your life. When you know your value, you set a standard for how you allow yourself to be treated. Many women settle for less than they deserve because they have not fully embraced their own worth. They tolerate inconsistency, disrespect, or emotionally unavailable men because deep down they question whether they are truly worthy of more. But when you understand your value, you no longer entertain relationships that drain you or leave you feeling unfulfilled. Instead, you position yourself for the kind of love that aligns with the respect and appreciation you deserve. Knowing your worth starts with self-love. It is about recognizing that your value is not dependent on a man's attention, validation, or commitment. Many women get caught up in chasing a man's approval, believing that if they just prove their worth, he will stay. But the truth is, a man who truly values you will not need to be convinced. He will see your worth without you having to constantly prove yourself. When you operate from a place of confidence and self-assurance, you naturally attract a man who respects and cherishes you for who you are. Your standards are a direct reflection of how you see yourself. If you settle for less, it often means you have doubts about your value. But when you hold firm to your boundaries and refuse to accept behavior that does not align with your self-respect, you filter out the wrong men. The right man will rise to the occasion, meeting your standards with effort, consistency, and intentionality. Many times, women fear setting high standards because they worry it will push men away. But the reality is, the wrong man will leave and the right man will step up. Setting boundaries is not about being difficult or demanding. It is about protecting your peace and ensuring that you are in a relationship that adds to your life rather than drains it. Understanding your worth also means embracing the power of patience. Many women rush into relationships out of fear of being alone or because they feel pressure to settle down. But when you recognize your value, you do not operate from desperation. You trust that the right man will come into your life at the right time. You do not waste time chasing someone who is inconsistent, playing games, or unsure about you. Instead, you invest in yourself, your growth, your happiness, your passions, knowing that the right relationship will complement your life rather than complete it. When you know your worth, you do not let rejection shake you. You understand that rejection is simply redirection, guiding you towards something better. You do not personalize a man's inability to commit or reciprocate your love because you know that his actions are a reflection of him, not you. You refuse to beg for love, attention, or effort because you trust that the right man will give those things freely. Your self-worth creates a foundation for healthy relationships, allowing you to attract a man who sees you, values you, and cherishes you in the way you deserve. Emotional availability is essential when it comes to attracting the right man and building a strong, lasting connection. Many women desire deep and meaningful relationships, but they unknowingly put up emotional walls due to past hurts, fears, or insecurities. When you are not emotionally available, even if you meet a great man, the relationship will struggle to progress because there is a barrier preventing true connection. The right man will seek emotional depth, and if you are closed off, it may push him away or lead to misunderstandings in the relationship. Being emotionally available means being open to love, vulnerability, and connection. It requires healing from past wounds and letting go of emotional baggage that might be preventing you from fully embracing a new relationship. Many times, women carry past disappointments into their current dating experiences, causing them to assume the worst, build defensive walls, or have trouble trusting a new partner. While it is natural to be cautious, true emotional availability comes from a place of trust in yourself and the ability to navigate relationships with an open heart. One of the biggest signs of emotional unavailability is fear of expressing emotions. Some women feel the need to always appear strong and independent, thinking that showing vulnerability is a weakness. However, true strength lies in the ability to communicate feelings honestly and openly. The right man wants to understand you on a deeper level. But if you keep your emotions bottled up, he may feel disconnected or even assume you are not interested in a serious relationship. Sharing your thoughts, needs, and desires allows the relationship to grow in a healthy way. Emotional availability is being present in the relationship. Many women unintentionally sabotage their relationships by being stuck in the past or worrying too much about the future. If you constantly compare a new man to your ex, assume he will hurt you like someone did before, or overanalyze every detail, it can prevent a natural flow in the relationship. The right man wants to feel like he is building something new with you, not competing with the ghosts of your past. By focusing on the present and allowing the relationship to develop organically, you create a space for a real connection to flourish. Healing is a crucial step in becoming emotionally available. It is important to take time to process past heartbreaks and disappointments so they do not dictate your future. Many women rush into relationships thinking that a new man will fix their wounds, but true healing comes from within. When you take the time to understand your emotions, work through pain, and build self awareness, you enter a relationship with a healthier mindset. The right man will appreciate your emotional depth, but he cannot do the healing for you. That is your responsibility. And when you do the work, you attract a relationship that is built on true connection and understanding. Being emotionally available also means being willing to give and receive love. Some women struggle to fully accept love because they do not believe they are deserving of it. If you are used to relationships where love was inconsistent, painful, or conditional, it can feel uncomfortable to receive genuine love from a man who truly values you. However, allowing yourself to receive love is just as important as giving it. The right man wants to pour into you, but if you resist or push him away, it can create distance in the relationship. Accepting love requires trust, self-worth, and the belief that you are deserving of a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Self-worth plays a crucial role in attracting and maintaining a healthy relationship with the right man. When a woman knows her value, she sets the tone for how she is treated in a relationship. Many women struggle with self-worth due to past experiences, societal pressures, or personal insecurities, and this can lead them to accept less than they deserve. A woman who does not fully recognize her value may settle for men who do not appreciate her, tolerate mistreatment, or constantly seek validation from a partner. The right man will be drawn to a woman who is confident in her worth, someone who does not feel the need to prove herself or beg for love and attention. Understanding self-worth means knowing that your value does not come from being in a relationship or from how much a man desires you. It comes from within, from recognizing your strengths, your beauty, your kindness, and your unique qualities. When a woman does not have a strong sense of self-worth, she may find herself engaging in behaviors that push the right man away. She may overcompensate by trying too hard to please him, constantly seeking reassurance or lowering her standards in fear of being alone. A woman with true self-worth does not feel the need to chase love because she knows that the right love will meet her at the level she deserves. Men are naturally drawn to confident women who know their worth. When a woman is secure in herself, she does not operate from a place of desperation or fear. She does not tolerate inconsistent behavior, mixed signals, or disrespect. Instead, she holds herself to a higher standard and expects to be treated with love, care, and respect. The right man will admire this confidence and be willing to meet her expectations, while the wrong man will be intimidated and fall away. A woman who lacks self-worth may tolerate being treated as an option instead of a priority, but when she values herself, she does not entertain men who do not fully appreciate her. Having self-worth also means setting healthy boundaries. When a woman knows her value, she does not allow a man to overstep her limits or disrespect her in any way. She communicates her needs and does not feel guilty for prioritizing her emotional well-being. A woman with strong self-worth understands that a relationship should add to her happiness, not be the sole source of it. She does not stay in toxic situations just for the sake of being in a relationship. The right man will respect her boundaries and appreciate that she values herself enough to set them. Self-worth is not settling for potential. Many women fall in love with a man's potential rather than who he is in the present. They see glimpses of what he could become and invest time and energy hoping he will change or improve. A woman with self-worth does not wait for a man to become the person she hopes he will be. She values herself enough to choose a man who is already capable of giving her the love and respect she deserves. The right man will recognize her worth from the beginning and will not require her to lower her standards or wait for him to change. Emotional availability is one of the most important factors in finding and maintaining a meaningful relationship. Many women make the mistake of pursuing a man who is not emotionally available, believing that with time, effort, or patience, he will eventually open up and commit. However, a man who is emotionally unavailable will struggle to connect on a deeper level, leaving a woman feeling unfulfilled, frustrated, and confused. Recognizing the signs of emotional availability early on can save a woman from unnecessary heart attacks and wasted time on a relationship that may never truly meet her needs. When a man is emotionally available, he is willing to be vulnerable and express his thoughts, feelings, and fears. He does not shy away from difficult conversations or avoid discussing his emotions. A woman does not have to guess where she stands with him because he communicates openly and consistently. In contrast, a man who is not emotionally available may send mixed signals, be inconsistent in his actions, or shut down when conversations about emotions arise. This leaves a woman in a constant state of uncertainty, questioning whether she is valued or if the relationship has a future. The right man will want to build emotional intimacy rather than avoid it. A woman who is serious about finding the right man must also evaluate her own emotional availability. Many people carry emotional baggage from past relationships, childhood wounds, or personal insecurities that affect their ability to connect in a healthy way. A woman who has not fully healed may attract emotionally unavailable men because deep down she fears vulnerability or intimacy herself. She may push people away, sabotage potential relationships, or settle for men who are not capable of providing the emotional connection she truly desires. Understanding her own emotional patterns and working on self-healing will help her attract a partner who is ready and willing to love her in a way that fulfills her needs. A man who is emotionally available is also capable of showing up consistently in a relationship. He does not disappear when things get tough, withdraw when emotions are involved, or make a woman feel as if she is asking for too much when she expresses her needs. Instead, he reassures her through his actions, proves his reliability, and makes an effort to nurture the relationship. Many women accept inconsistent behavior from a man because they believe he just needs time or space. But in reality, emotional availability is a choice. If a man is unwilling or unable to show up emotionally, no amount of love, patience, or effort from a woman will change that. Emotional availability is the ability to form a secure attachment. A man who is emotionally open is not afraid of commitment, nor does he engage in behavior that creates unnecessary distance in the relationship. He is willing to invest in the emotional well-being of his partner and values the connection they share. A woman should not have to fight for a man's emotional presence or feel like she is constantly trying to break through his walls. The right man will offer emotional security, not emotional exhaustion. Trust is the foundation of any strong and lasting relationship. Without trust, a relationship is built on shaky ground, leading to constant insecurity, misunderstandings, and emotional turmoil. A man who is truly the right one for you will not only earn your trust, but also work to maintain it consistently. Trust is not just about avoiding lies or betrayal, it is about transparency, reliability, and emotional security. A man who values your trust will make you feel safe in the relationship, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. He will not engage in behaviors that make you question his intentions or his loyalty. Instead, he will take active steps to reassure you through his actions and words, ensuring that you feel secure and valued. One of the ways a man builds trust is through consistency. A man who is serious about you will not act one way today and completely different tomorrow. He will be stable in his words, actions, and commitments. If he says he will call, he does. If he makes a promise, he follows through. A trustworthy man understands that trust is not just about avoiding betrayal, but about showing up in ways that reinforce reliability and emotional safety. When a man is inconsistent, it creates doubt and confusion, making a woman question whether she can truly rely on him. A man who truly cares will not leave her in that state of uncertainty. Crucial aspect of trust is honesty. A man who values and respects you will be upfront with his thoughts and feelings even when the truth is difficult to hear. He does not engage in deception, manipulation, or half-truths to avoid conflict. He understands that honesty, even when uncomfortable, is what strengthens the relationship in the long run. A woman should not have to play detective, constantly trying to figure out if her man is hiding something or if his words align with his actions. A trustworthy man eliminates that stress by being clear, open, and honest from the start. Trust also requires emotional security. A man who is truly right for you will not make you feel like you have to earn his trust while he withholds his own. He will not be overly secretive, possessive, or controlling. Instead, he will create an environment where both of you feel comfortable sharing your thoughts, fears, and vulnerabilities without judgment. He understands that trust is mutual, and he does not demand trust from you while refusing to give it in return. His actions show that he is emotionally invested and willing to nurture the relationship rather than create unnecessary doubts. Trust is built through transparency. A man who is serious about you will not make you feel like he has something to hide. He will be open about his life, his past, and his intentions. He does not act suspiciously, keep secrets, or create situations that make you question his loyalty. Instead, he makes you feel included in his life, willingly sharing details without you having to ask. Communication is one of the most essential pillars of a healthy and fulfilling relationship. A man who is right for you will communicate openly, honestly, and consistently. He will not leave you guessing about where you stand with him or what he is thinking. Instead, he will make an effort to express his feelings, his thoughts, and his intentions clearly. Communication is not just about talking, it is about listening, understanding, and responding in a way that strengthens the connection. A man who truly values you will not shut down when things get difficult, nor will he avoid conversations that matter. He will engage in discussions with maturity, ensuring that both of you feel heard, valued, and understood. A key part of healthy communication is active listening. A man who is right for you will not just wait for his turn to talk, but will genuinely listen to what you are saying. He will not dismiss your feelings, minimize your concerns, or act as if your words do not matter. Instead, he will be present in the conversation, showing through his body language and responses that he is truly engaged. He will ask questions to gain clarity, acknowledge your emotions, and make an effort to see things from your perspective. A man who listens in this way is one who respects you and values what you have to say. Another important aspect of communication is emotional expression. A man who truly cares about you will not be afraid to express his emotions in a healthy way. He will not bottle things up, become distant, or expect you to read his mind. Instead, he will be willing to share his thoughts, fears, and feelings, allowing the relationship to grow deeper and stronger. A man who can express himself openly creates a safe space for you to do the same, which fosters a deeper emotional bond. Conflict resolution is also a vital part of communication. No relationship is free from disagreements, but the way those disagreements are handled makes all the difference. A man who is serious about you will not resort to silent treatment, passive aggressive behavior, or explosive arguments. Instead, he will approach conflicts with a mindset of resolution rather than blame. He will be willing to have difficult conversations without making you feel attacked or unheard. A man who values healthy communication will seek to understand rather than just prove a point. Consistency in communication is another key factor. A man who is truly right for you will not communicate only when it is convenient for him. He will not disappear for days and then return as if nothing happened. Instead, he will make an effort to check in, to stay connected, and to ensure that the lines of communication are always open. He will not make you feel like you are chasing him for attention or clarity. A man who values you will keep you informed about his life, his plans, and his feelings, creating a sense of stability and security in the relationship. Mutual respect is one of the most crucial foundations of a strong and lasting relationship. When a man truly values you, he will treat you with the respect you deserve in both words and actions. Respect is not just about politeness or courtesy. It is about genuinely valuing your opinions, your feelings, and your boundaries. A man who respects you will never belittle your thoughts or make you feel unimportant. He will acknowledge your perspectives, even if he does not always agree with them, and will ensure that your voice is heard in every conversation. Respect also manifests in the way he treats your time and energy. A man who truly values you will not take you for granted or assume that you will always be available at his convenience. He will appreciate the efforts you make in the relationship and reciprocate them in meaningful ways. Whether it is making plans in advance, showing up when he says he will, or being considerate of your personal commitments, a man who respects you will make sure that his actions align with his words. Another key aspect of respect is honoring boundaries. A man who is truly right for you will never push you to do something you are uncomfortable with. He will understand that boundaries are a form of self-respect and will support you in maintaining them. Whether it is emotional, physical, or personal boundaries, he will respect your decisions without trying to manipulate or guilt trip you into changing them. A relationship built on mutual respect ensures that both partners feel safe and valued in each other's presence. Respect is also reflected in how he speaks to and about you. A man who truly respects you will never use harsh words, insults, or demeaning language, even in moments of frustration or disagreement. He will communicate with kindness and patience, knowing that words carry weight and can either build or break a relationship. Additionally, he will speak highly of you to others, whether you are present or not. He will not belittle you in front of friends, family, or coworkers, but will instead uplift and support you. The way a man handles differences of opinion is another sign of his respect for you. Disagreements are natural in any relationship, but a man who values you will not resort to dismissiveness, gaslighting, or making you feel as though your feelings are invalid. Instead, he will approach conflicts with an open mind and a willingness to find common ground. He will prioritize resolving issues in a way that strengthens the relationship rather than damages it. Respect is also evident in how he supports your independence. A man who truly cares for you will encourage your personal growth, dreams, and ambitions. He will not feel threatened by your success or try to hold you back. Instead, he will celebrate your achievements, motivate you to pursue your goals, and stand by you as a supportive partner. A relationship where both individuals respect each other's individuality creates a balanced and fulfilling partnership. Emotional availability is one of the most significant factors in determining whether a man is truly capable of building a healthy long-term relationship. When a man is emotionally available, he is open, vulnerable, and willing to engage in deep, meaningful conversations about feelings, fears, and future aspirations. He does not shy away from emotional intimacy, but instead embraces it as an essential part of connection. Many relationships struggle because one partner is emotionally closed off, avoiding serious discussions or dismissing the importance of feelings. A man who is ready for a true partnership understands that emotional depth strengthens a relationship rather than weakens it. An emotionally available man does not disappear when difficulties arise. Instead, he remains present even when situations become challenging. He does not retreat into silence or avoid discussing problems, but rather he engages in honest communication to work through issues together. His emotional presence means that he is consistent in his actions, providing reassurance and stability rather than sending mixed signals or making his partner question where she stands in his life. A key sign of emotional availability is the ability to express feelings openly. A man who is comfortable with his emotions will not hesitate to share his thoughts and emotions with his partner. He does not believe that vulnerability is a weakness, but rather he sees it as a strength. He understands that true connection requires honesty about what he feels, whether it is happiness, fear, love, or uncertainty. He does not suppress his emotions or expect his partner to guess how he feels. He communicates clearly and allows his partner to do the same. Another critical aspect of emotional availability is the willingness to listen. A man who is emotionally mature and open will not only express his own emotions, but will also be receptive to his partner's feelings. He will listen with empathy and without judgment, creating a safe space where his partner feels valued and understood. He does not minimize emotions, dismiss concerns, or become defensive when difficult topics arise. Instead, he engages in conversations with a genuine desire to understand and resolve issues together. Emotional availability also means being able to handle conflict in a healthy and constructive way. No relationship is without disagreements, but a man who is truly available emotionally will not shut down, become aggressive, or resort to passive aggressive behavior. Instead, he will seek to understand different perspectives, find solutions, and ensure that conflicts bring growth rather than resentment. He does not hold grudges or use emotional distance as a form of punishment. Rather, he prioritizes resolving issues with kindness, patience, and understanding. A man's emotional availability is also reflected in his ability to commit. When a man is ready for a real relationship, he does not play games, create unnecessary drama, or keep his partner guessing about his intentions. He is clear about his commitment and follows through with his actions. He makes time for the relationship, prioritizes his partner, and does not allow external distractions to interfere with the connection he is building. The man of your dreams is out there, but he won't just be drawn to your beauty. He will be drawn to your energy, your confidence, and your healed heart. So focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Set your standards high, protect your peace, and trust that love will find you exactly when it's supposed to.